Finally, the go live button is working consistently for me. Apologies if it took a few seconds on your guys' end. I'll try to edit that out in the future. Check out this amazing work by longtime channel member Surter as we wait for people to shuffle in here. Truly incredible stuff. Apparently I mean, I'm no musician. I don't know jack about music. But it would seem my boy really went all out. Taking both lead and rhythm guitar in a very flute-heavy cover of Iron Maiden, which I've never actually listened to before. That's how uncultured I am. Speaking of, I'm massively grateful to everyone who is a patron of this. I mean, I'm grateful to any one of you who decides to watch this garbage channel, for better or for worse. I know most of us are just laughing at the same clowns on YouTube as I am. But Ghost, T-Dupes, Covenant Femboy, Mind of the North Star, Surter, Sir T, Lio Convoy, Yokai Advisor, John B, Astral Code V, and Pim Pam, the first guy to join outside of a stream. I just saw that there was a new member yesterday, like when we weren't even doing anything. Thank you for that. Truly, it means a lot to me. Oh, you said you saw it too, low tier sexual? Because the funny thing is, the only reason I noticed it was because I heard about all the copyright takedowns. And I was watching that stream to see what it looked like, because I've never heard of a YouTube stream getting taken down for that before. Big supporter of this man. He made a pretty funny video that is getting a rightful amount of attention.
Conversation with the nigga will lie.
I was just like, I looked at her, I said, damn mom, I said, you still on that? She was like, what? I said, you been clowning short men since I was 7 years old.
Thank you,
I
Solex.
said, you never liked short guys.
Yeah, we need to do something on Sapphire one day.
Fucking.
The nigga will make excuses.
It's probably
So annoying.
good to see you, Astral Code. It's probably dumb of me
like every other
to be playing this so early in the stream.
Run, charge up a beam, yeah, nigga. People like you getting 2v1'd over and over again.
Like, the way YouTube works is that the swearing, the vulgarities that you spew earlier in the stream are more detrimental to your ability to be monetized and things of that nature. Like, for whatever reason, I guess advertisers like it if you save all the cursing for 5 minutes into the video. Let's play it anyway. Who gives a damn?
Fucking scrub. Look at this easy mode shit. Come on, dude. Don't sit here and teabag me. I just bodied you in a set. You fucking scrub. Look how these drones do. Bro, these niggas are just mashing through shit. Nigga just mashed the fuck out of me. Fucking thirsty ass bitch.
So if it's not obvious, this is going to be a Dale heavy
People
stream.
use words he don't really know.
The guy I showed his
I know not everyone is a fan of when I
was roasting his house. You know, you dropped the
primarily stream about Dale, but we'll talk about other things today too. But every once in a while, you know, I give attention to what happened in the week.
Touch the Richter scale.
When Wings of Redemption's wife cheats on him, I talk about that.
Clearly, I don't have the choice of
When Dale says some very nasty shit, I'm gonna talk about that.
It's called metaphorically speaking, dumb fuck.
If he gets really desperate, he may start to rap or dance.
I'ma go over that nigga's house late at night. I'ma have that nigga so horny, I'ma leave his fucking place, he might leave on a night light. Blue balls when I go over there and spit it.
Let me tell you
I
something,
might
Astral
lift
Code
up
V.
his balls, jack his dick off, but don't let him hit it.
I think it was Flute who found that clip.
Oh, yeah.
I need to find that clip.
Powerful niggardry at work here.
But let me tell you something, Astral Code V. Nothing is a guaranteed win like Stink Meaner. Solex, please, we're gonna pull it up eventually. But please, if you don't want to wait for me to pull it up, click the link in my Odyssey. And if you guys think that I'm doing him wrong, if you guys think that I'm misrepresenting what he said, please tell me. That was hilarious though. Like I said, Astro Cody, you cannot go wrong combining Stink Meaner and Mr. Wilson in the same clip. That is guaranteed. Guaranteed W. Before we talk about the obvious main topic, I want to hit some other things first. I also want to talk about our girl Brittany Gates. If you remember old Brittany Gates, who did a stream with me. There was a very interesting thing that happened with her about a month ago that I kept meaning to bring up on stream. Actually, it was like a week after she and I did our stream together. But she did a video. Yeah, it was a month ago now. And I'm not going to play the entirety of the video, but the gist of it is simple. She said, I'm not talking about lolcows anymore. Oh, I don't even have the capture pull up, excuse me. So she did a video where she said she's not going to talk about lolcows anymore. It was this video right here. And I have no problem with that. She can do whatever she wants with her channel. But what was interesting to me was that when she made this video, immediately she lost 60 subscribers with immediacy, which sucked. I felt bad for her, but I'm sure she's unaffected. And I thought she wasn't going to talk about them flat out at all. But she made some really good lolcow related points in her stream yesterday. WNW Smith. Or excuse me, WN Smith, thank you so much. I appreciate that immensely, my friend. That is the favorite way for people to support, because I love it when we have that banner on the main page that says thank you, channel members. It means a lot to me. Thank you. But she made a fantastic point about Boogie that went completely over the top of my head. I forgot who it was that sent it to me in an email for us to react to Boogie talking about the essentially borderline bankruptcy he's going through due to crypto. But Brittany made a fantastic point in this video where she was saying that this gentleman loves Magic the Gathering. And one thing I underestimate is what an expensive hobby that is. You know, obviously being a nerdy weirdo, I can appreciate anyone who likes card-playing games of that nature. Sub YH. But, I've always liked online card games, like, for example, Elder Scrolls Legends, because obviously you're not paying for shit. You don't have to buy physical cards. It costs nothing. But Boogie, yeah, I always see him opening packs of Magic the Gathering card on stream and, like, playing Magic with himself, I guess. And I never thought anything of it, but Brittany made a fantastic point. Look at this guy in her chat saying he has petite feet and brags about shoes on stream. Man, some people just cannot stop talking about feet, I swear to God. Wing said he was the alpha male of all lolcows? Did he really say that? No, you're lying to me. But yeah, it was a fantastic point by Brittany, and the reason I was bringing Brittany up is because if I could say anything to Miss Gates here, who obviously I'm a fan and friend of, don't commit to anything either way, in my opinion, Miss Gates. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't have to put out a video out there saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like, this isn't... this shouldn't be an obligation for you, Miss Gates, because the moment it becomes an obligation in either way, that's when it stops being fun. For Miss Gates, I would say, you know what? If you want to talk about Boogie's magic addiction, talk about it. If you don't want to and you want to talk about your small business venturing advice, talk about that. You don't owe anything to anyone, and I hope you don't voluntarily box yourself into a corner that you don't need to be boxed into. So we said Wings of Redemption is saying that he's an alpha male of all trolls. Or, I don't know, oh man, 10 minutes and 26 seconds, really? That's a funny intro, I'm not going to lie.
So fine. I tried to diversify multiple times. Just nothing ever really worked out, and I ended up getting burned out. What's my favorite pizza?
Because all the other lolcows like nerdy stuff, and he rode the river and played Call of Duty before streaming. Oh, really?
One bite of anything and you're full chips.
Yeah, exactly, the Timon. Like,
Can
just upload whatever the
paste,
you want to upload.
and you can eat a lot of calories.
You don't know
without
anything to
being
anyone.
cool. Everybody's like Boogie.
Who is
Phil,
this guy? This is Wings of
DSP.
Redemption.
Like,
You don't know
the
Wings of
problem
Redemption,
with
though,
all
you
of
and
this
Smith?
Is we have nothing.
This guy...
Right?
Oh, he was just saying that he doesn't want to stream with Boogie and DSP because they have nothing in common. That's funny. But, they have plenty in common. It's just the things that he doesn't want to admit. But no, this is Wings of Redemption, or also known as Jordy Jordan. He was like the... In my opinion, I give respect where it's due. He was like one of the grandfathers of doing Let's Play content. Like, he was one of the first to be uploading himself playing video games, especially with the capture card. And he used to be very beloved on YouTube. And he took it too seriously. He started a podcast called PKA, which is still very successful to this day because they ride his coattails. Yeah, he's a gamer. Primarily an FPS gamer. And he used to... and he was a very big figure on that podcast. Pun not intended. But he took it too seriously, and the downfall really started when he got clapped by a gentleman named Syndicate, and the 1v1 Syndicate was a zombies player, not a 1v1 player, and it's been all downhill from there, and now everyone despises him. Man, that chat is brutal.
Hands down, say, like, I am the closest to the alpha male of that group, and I don't even believe.
Okay, so he didn't say he was the alpha male of lolcows. See, he said of Boogie, DSP, and himself, he is the alpha male of the three of them, and I agree with that. He is the alpha male. He puts up with so much more shit than them. Well, I mean, DSP puts up with a lot of shit too, but when it comes to Wings, like, they want to kill him. They want to destroy him, and they want to see him suffer. Boogie did have that weirdo pull up to his house, which actually, if you think about it in hindsight, it wound up being a good moment for Boogie. He wants 10K just to go back on PKA as a guest. I mean, yeah, I think that's a bit odd, but I do think that Wings is 100% right when he says that PKA's popularity still thrives off his very large coattails. Said you loved Wings back in the day when you were a wee lad watching Call of Duty content. Yeah, it's funny. I remember him too, and I was never big into him like that. But it's just been suffering for this guy. I meant to pull this up last time, and I forgot to. But his wife, in my opinion, is horrid. His wife is absolutely horrid. Yeah, Boogie did almost shoot a troll in the face, and I think he would have. I think he might have been in his right to. I'm not going to talk about it. It's been talked about to death. But the thing with Wings is that his wife is, for want of better words, using him for clout at the very moment. Yeah, see, the closed captioning isn't working.
He tells you his side of the story, doesn't tell you mine. I already had my plan.
So this is
I
Kelly,
was gonna go walk. While I was out walking, I was going to go kayak. I hadn't got the kayak.
his wife,
last week.
airing their
So
dirty
I got
laundry on
kayak,
stream,
then we were gonna
talking
go
about
to Best Buy.
he's terrible because he won't go to Best Buy with her. I meant to pull this up, and I know myriad people have mirrored it too.
Whatever. I come back.
But why would you put this on stream? These are the types of conversations that happen behind closed doors.
Changed my schedule.
And it's also different for Wings too, because Wings viewers primarily hate him, and she knows that. She's preaching to a choir of people that despise her husband, the person that she's supposed to be best friends with. Yeah, we talked about it last stream, Will Story, though. What she does, she's straight up unfaithful. She's terrible. I'm not a fan of her at all. Timmons says that moment was lost for both of them, but he's like, gun training triggers me. Yeah, it's a great point. You should never marry someone for the reason you don't want to be alone. Also a good point.
For this.
They're not going to have kids, so... I mean, I know he says it's all for health insurance.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
No, he's not mad. He's happy. He's in his happy spot. He doesn't have to go anywhere. Alright, I'm gone.
Well, he didn't bring it up. Kelly brought it
Peace
up.
out, y'all. Going to pick up my air fryer.
Drive safe, baby. So I was stuck in this situation, right?
Yeah, Wings is on antidepressants. Exactly, T-Dupes. The man's wife isn't even in his corner. It's insane. That's why I really don't make content that is anti-Wings of Redemption. I think there are enough people doing that already. In funnier news, imagine being the child of a lolcow. Yeah, they're never going to have children, though. I know not much of my audience is concomitant with hoodstocks, but this was one of the funniest things ever, in my opinion. For those of you who don't know what hoodstocks is, it's like, this guy, he's been in and out of prison his whole goddamn life. His name is Lucky. And he interviews other people who have had rough lives or been in and out of prison, things of that nature. And he was interviewing this Mongolian guy who just did not want to be there. Let's see if we can get to the part.
Avatar? They got the remaster in the movie theater right now.
So this gentleman named Gontugs basically ruined the podcast, and they cut what's normally like a 3-hour podcast, only 30 minutes in.
Yeah,
What's up, Pygmy? Good to see you, buddy.
Getting ready to come out, correct?
I'm getting kind of cold. I'm gonna wear my hoodies, bro.
Okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, dog. Put your hoodie on, dog. Yeah. Yeah, the AC, dog.
And you can just
Got you like you're back in Mongolia, dog. You can't see your dick.
you can just see the disappointment on Lucky's face as this guy, is putting his hoodie on, because the podcast is just terrible up to this point, absolutely terrible. And Lucky doesn't know how to end it. Yeah, Castro Code V. Yeah, Duncan and Friends pranks him with the soundboard a lot, and they haven't figured it out yet.
So how long you wanna talk about?
What's that?
How long you wanna talk?
I don't know. We can talk as long as you want, bro.
Yeah, because my dad.
This is like a nightmare interview. If you ever want to stream and interview someone, please be certain that the person you're interviewing is not going to
kinda wanna be with you,
get cold feet and.
Did you want to be here today?
I am. Yeah, I am.
Okay, because you asked to be here today.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I mean, when you get done with this right now that we've done, bro, are you going to be happy with what you've done on this podcast?
Definitely. Yes.
Definitely. Let me answer this phone call real quick, brother. Hold on.
Let's see if we can.
Negative. Some of them were like pretty positive. You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I just want to thank you, brother.
think
for
everyone
stopping
should watch
by.
that
You
video.
got to go see your pops.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy the rest of your day, brother.
Sure.
Thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And this has
And-
been interesting. This has been interesting.
He's trying to be
Would you
so
like to say
polite.
anything to anybody before we end up this podcast?
Yeah. Everybody just like living in the peace, nice. Okay?
Living in the peace.
Stay out there,
Look at
everybody is peace
the look on his face.
do your job.
The look on his face of sheer dismay.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much.
you.
We're gone, everybody. We'll see you guys Tuesday night.
That was honestly my favorite podcast he's ever done. A really good show, in my opinion. And I'm gonna badger Lucky, since he let a schmuck like that on his show, I think he should let a schmuck like me on his show. And we're going to badger him into doing so. He also had a pretty cool moment where he spoke to a bunch of at-risk youths this week, which I thought was really awesome. God bless him. Said this has been interesting, yeah. Yeah, Lucky is a fantastic podcaster, though. He's what I would call the gangster Joe Rogan. And speaking of, a quick shout out to old Angry Slug. Speaking of other streamers, I think he's streaming right now. He's always trying to compete with me, old Angry Slug. But Angry Slug actually asked me to voice act for him, and I agreed, like the fool I am. Probably nothing will come of it because Angry Slug starts a million projects and then ends them all 10% of the way through them. But if you're one of the few that don't despise my voice, you might enjoy hearing me collaborate with Angry Slug and doing a fan dub of Batman Year One, which is a fantastic comic, actually, by the way. I'm a much bigger DC guy than I am a Marvel guy, and I thought Batman Year One was really well done. I'll let you guys know if anything comes of that, but I just wanted to give a shout out to our boy Slug for thinking of me. So, the Daily Manual, take down your latest video. Indeed. Well, it wasn't on this channel anyway. It was on the alt channel because I knew he would do that. And yeah, that's really about it for non-Dale related matters for the week. There was one funny thing with Biden. We can end with that. It was a really, really funny thing. I wouldn't bring up politics, but I keep you company when you work. Oh, you're so sweet to me, W.N. Smith. Don't go winning my heart now. Astral Code V says it would be funny to see someone use a Dale soundboard on their live stream. That would be funny. I have these G keys, and one of the things I can do with them is like bind them to soundboard effects. I could like bind them to Dale rage clips if people say stupid crap in the show. So let's get into Daily Manu Wilson. And like I said, it's going to be a heavy Dale stream. Because he did a lot of stupid crap this week. A lot of stupid crap. There's a lot to talk about with him. But first I want to respond to a Dale neutral, that I would say. I'm not calling this guy a fan of Dale. But this gentleman, I believe he pronounces his name Shek-Skype, even though that first word should definitely be pronounced Sheik. Only superhero comment you read half of Watchmen, didn't care for it much. Might be because Watchmen seemingly requires you to do homework of 20 other superhero comics to really get. Yeah, I'm never a fan of when you have to read a million things to read one thing appropriately. It's never fun when something that you're doing for fun becomes a chore. Channel says the hot chip challenge a couple of days after Wings was weak. Wait, did Wings do the hot chip challenge? Wings should have done the hot chip challenge if he hasn't. Like, he's obviously an eater. It would be funny to see a big boy do the hot chip challenge. So this guy, Shek-Skype, he says Dale pulled his video. I don't know if that's true, and I don't care. But he did some fucking video where he was talking about Dale, and now he's roasting everyone who posted a comment in that. I think he just privated the video. I don't think he... I'm not sure it was pulled down by Dale because he was able to read the comments in real time. I should do the chip challenge. I'm far too weak for that. One thing you need to understand, you can tell a lot by this man's face. Yeah, I'm not going to roast him too hard. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, especially with all the cuts in my mouth I have due to my braces. It will hurt me far more than it will hurt other people. And mind you, Tidas, I have been tear gassed and I have been tased, okay? And neither were for a camera or for views. They were so that I could get a job. Alright, I've done my self-flagellation for life. This is the exact kind of person that Dale would mock relentlessly. But I don't hate this guy. I think he's a schmuck. Without question. I think this gentleman is a schmuck. And the only reason I'm pulling him up is because he pulled up my comment. He pulled up my comment to call me a lame-o, call me a moron, whatever. I don't know if we can find it because it's only up there briefly. Oh, there we go. There we go. So my comment wasn't a troll comment, mind you. The video that he made on Mr. Wilson that he claims got pulled really wasn't a troll video either. It was a pretty neutral video, and thus, in turn, my comment was pretty neutral. It was meant to be funny. Let's see what the gentleman has to say together.
This appears to be a tier section. Lowtiergod is trademarked to Dale Emmanuel Wilson. I don't know who this Delon Sparrow imposter is, but he needs to go down for slandering the good name.
So it was a joke, obviously. The gentleman isn't going to understand that. But...
Okay, bro. Y'all have too much time on your hands, bro. Like, if the guy said his name is Delon Sparrow, then his name is Delon Sparrow. Stop doing research into this man's life. If he doesn't want to be addressed as Dale Wilson, whatever, let him be addressed as Delon Sparrow, bro.
So, a couple of things. One, the guy is dumb. I'm not even trying to hate. I'm not angry at the gentleman, but he's a bit dumb to say that. It's not research. It's flatly not research. It's very, very, very public knowledge that his actual name is Wilson. And normally I agree, right? Someone tells me that they want to be called Caitlyn Jenner instead of Bruce Jenner. I'll call him that. Someone tells me they want to be called Delon Sparrow instead of Dale Wilson. I'll call him that. But let me show you guys something, because this guy is claiming that I dug into Mr. Wilson's life to learn that, which is absolute stupidity. Active copyright strikes on my alt channel. Select action. Contact claimant. Look at the email address it's from. DaleEWilson2@gmail.com. The man has sent me countless emails from DaleEWilson2@gmail.com threatening to beat the shit out of me, but somehow it's me digging into his life to know that that's his name. If this were something that he didn't want people to know, why is he always using it to threaten to beat the shit out of people, including myself? Yeah, JC Garcia. I don't hate the guy, but he's a dummy. He's just a dummy. Yeah, he called me a tier sexual. Good to see you, Trevor. I agree. Yeah, I saw you guys trying to reason with him in his comment section. I think he's doing this video. I like that comment. I think he's doing this video for optics, right? He doesn't want to be. He wants to prove that he's neutral on the matter of Mr. Wilson. And fine, God bless you, but that doesn't mean you have to mischaracterize me and mischaracterize a very innocent, innocuous comment in your video. That was, I only dropped that comment because I recognized that you were a neutral guy, and I was trying to, help your analytics and post a neutral comment in turn. But I'm not surprised that you weren't able to understand it, because I watched your other videos too, Mr. Check Skype, and again, I'm not hating, but I just don't think this gentleman is the sharpest tool in the shed. He has many videos about why you must retain your semen to enhance your spirit. And I think there was one other comment in there that I needed. Oh, look, the video's back up.
Come on.
I guess he re-uploaded it. If it were truly taken down, I don't think he'd be dumb enough to re-upload it, because he will simply take it down again. You want to watch this guy's shit video together? Let's watch it. Fuck it.
Greatest man in the dunya. Listen, I don't want to make this as big as it had to be. But listen here, LTG. Your name, Delon Sparrow, sounds like a gay stripper. I'm not gonna lie. But bro, you take down my video, it's over, bro. Because you took it down unrightfully. I didn't want it to actually be a real
What do you mean, what the fuck, Maximum
now you
DJ?
gave me the material and content for it to actually be a real hit piece, bro. It's whatever. Listen, he took down my video off of using a 6-second clip.
Yeah, thank you, the Timon. I agree, it was an obvious joke. It wasn't hateful whatsoever.
Just to show the people what went down.
Oh, Maximum DJ says he watched the video on another site. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. It's the main topic tonight, because a lot of people are saying that I went too far in that video. And I'm open to being convinced of that.
This dude thinks that he's going to get away with this. He's not going to get away with this.
Yeah, Trevor.
Because he did wrong, and he messed with the wrong people.
Yeah. David.
Basically, I want you to share this video. Share this video, because like this dude can't just keep getting away with this stuff. He can't, bro. He can't. We gotta bring it to a public platform. I can't do a counterclaim, because if I do, I'm gonna send all my details, information to this dude. I don't want to do that, because he has a history of doxing people. So listen, dude will falsely strike my video, Now he's gonna pay for it.
That he was grateful.
Weirdo. That's about as much attention as I'm willing to give this gentleman. But, and he's clearly doing this for attention. God bless him. But since David Zambrano brought it up. Oh, actually, there were some funny comments that we do need to read in this.
How about you stop?
Because this guy comments on my shit all the time,
Get
too.
a straight face on this one, bro. How about you stop? I can't, bro. Yo, I'm dead, man.
He's going to pull up a comment by Gamil to
Stop
hear.
talking smack about BM who's evolved above you. This is why LTJ stays winning. All right, Jamil. I'm gonna give you a heart, bro, because it's positive. At least it's a positive comment. At least it's a positive.
So he thought that comment was by a low-tier-god hater. That Gamil the Hero guy is one of the biggest Dell sexuals you'll meet on this side of the internet. That guy, I think he was the first comment in this stream chat talking shit about me. And that's why I'm saying, like, this gentleman clearly isn't bright, because if you saw a guy saying, stop talking bad about low-tier-god, he's above you, he's a black male evolved above you, and you thought that that was a roasting comment on Mr. Wilson, it just screams of incompetence, I'm sorry. But speaking of what David Zambrano said, I am uniquely qualified to speak on
Boy
this.
got the receding hairline. He's trying to make the money off a grown man channel with his name. What the F is... Alright, this is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is pretty funny, because he said I have a receding hairline, apparently. I don't think I have a receding hairline, do I? I always had a big forehead, but that doesn't mean my hairline is receding. But anyway, dude's trying to roast me. Alright, okay, Jalen. Alright, Jalen, I'm telling these people, I'm trying to show these people that they're actually human beings too. Alright, they're more than just these...
So, yes, unfortunately he is balding. And I'm uniquely qualified to speak on that. What kind of name is Gamil? I don't know. Feldon. Is that my girl Feldon? I haven't seen that name in forever. It's great to see you again, Feldon. You said you thought 2022 was the end of Astral Town. Yeah, tell me. Thank you so much for rejoining, Feldon. I hope everything's been good with you. I don't pry, and that's why I don't like DM you or anything, but I know what you were going through, and I hope you're on the other side of it now. Why are you Americans so obsessed with color and race, indeed? You know, you're not wrong, W1 Smith. The reason America is so obsessed with color and race is because there's a certain, in my opinion, there's a certain group that likes to stoke those flames. And
Hey, Sallow. Miss ya.
I miss you too, Feldon. Thank you so much for the super chat. I miss you very much. I hope you, anytime you want to talk, you know how to reach me. Yeah, feel free to. God bless. I'm glad you're still alive. God bless. That's awesome. Thank you. And I think that's really about it. That's as much as I want to talk about this Czech Skype gentleman. God bless. God bless him. It's a certain group, W1 Smith. It's a certain group. Very elite, very powerful. Fancies themselves intellectual. It's a certain group. It's a certain group. Chill, Craig. Chill, Craig. Don't you know I am Jewish. Anyway, so there was a doll sexual. Before we get into the doll sexual matter, what else do we need to get into? We need to get into his flagging spree across the week. Specifically, I feel really bad for this guy. This Dakan gentleman. So this Dakan gentleman makes visual novels, as he calls them. They're not really visual novels, they're just recitations of a classic story from Mr. Wilson, and he draws graphics to accompany them, and they're very well done graphics. I think he makes them humorous.
That was a naughty. Did I tell you a bedtime story? Let me give you a quick.
So the funny thing about this, I think this is actually a Rocks clip. I think this is from when LTG Rocks was asking him to tell him a bedtime story. Yeah, naughty, he's going crazy.
Little crispy. Little black.
Oh, W1 Smith, who knows if I'm lying or not, though, right?
In his neighborhood, he caused all type of ruckus.
A naughty, crispity, crunchity black
people's mailboxes.
In his neighborhood is what he just said.
Breaking fire extinguishers.
I love how he said breaking fire extinguishers, by the way. That's a fire hydrant. But yeah, Dell made that
Stealing
mistake.
pieces of chicken out the local
Yeah, it is.
fried chicken spot off the display. Telling the donut shop owners that to look over there's a rope so he can grab a quick glazed donut and go. Tripping old
Yes,
people as they walk.
he did actually like these until he heard
He'd be
about
walking, kids would be playing soccer.
the
He
fact
would
that
kick the ball
Duncan
in his-
isn't a fan of
in
him.
his area. He would say, all right, I'll throw it back. Throw it in the canal. And then one day,
Those novels are great.
this black crispy critter with nappy ass hair, just mad at the world for no reason, decided to take a
Yeah, it is
different way
crunchy
home.
audio.
Decided to take a different way home. He was
But I think that's how it originally was.
Ruckus all fucking day. Right?
Awfully detailed
He
stories.
started to come home a little bit late. A little bit later than usual. So he starts walking down the alley, this dark alley. And he hears a noise and it goes...
They did deem him a troll, even though he's not a troll. That's what we're about to talk about.
He starts looking around. He thought it was a dog eating on an old piece of steak that was just thrown out. There was a rotted piece of steak out there. He thought maybe a dog had slobbered it up.
No, this is from like 2015,
And he starts
2016.
walking and he hears this again. This time he hears it twice. And now he's
Yes.
just freaked out.
That's right,
Usually
Trevor.
this crispy ass kid was the bully. He was not really a bully, but the troublemaker. So shit didn't fear him, but for some reason this dude was scared. And he's walking still. And for some reason this dude decided to start to run. Now, you know when you run, a dog's gonna chase you. When you run, you're liable to get chased. So he starts running. And as he was about to hop the gate, something grabs him like, get your black ass down here. And it pulls him.
Yeah, he's neutral. That's exactly the
Forces
point
his
I'm about to
face
make.
onto the concrete.
He's not a
He
troll.
looked up, he didn't see anything. All he felt was a strong presence, an invisible presence as he looked around scared. Like, he just couldn't, he couldn't just fucking, he couldn't get up. He just felt overpowered. He just had to kind of succumb to what's going to happen. Next thing you know, he feels his boxers rip off. He feels his fucking belt buckles, his belt buckle snap. And before you know it, some sort of being or deity shoves something up his ass, and he's like, ah! And this thing is just thrusting him, just destroying his insides. And he just lays there like, just getting fucked by this deity being, this invisible
Robust.
black spirit.
This is not what a nearly 40-year-old man should be fantasizing about up at 2 a.m., especially when the
wakes up
clicks
in
are
the alley
straight.
3 hours later, face down, side of his face full of gravel. Feels something wet. As he gets up, he's in a puddle of something. And then he gets up. As he gets up and he starts to wipe, and his eyes start to barely crack open. And he smells something that comes from a different dimension, from a different side of the numbers.
Side of the numbers.
And he feels it in his ass crack. And he takes it and he looks, and it's highlighted green matrix juice, you bitch ass nigga.
You bitch ass nigga. Excellent ending. So the reason I pulled that up was to give you an example of Khan's body of work. Truly nothing malicious about that story at all, is there? Or about that visual novel, right? There's nothing in that that is antagonistic to the subject matter. If anything, it's protagonistic towards it. I harken back to old Crimson King. This guy, El Crimson King, who used to make videos that were animated accompaniments of DSP. Certainly the art is not on Khan's level, but it is more animated than it is merely a slideshow. And I always hope that someone would do it for Mr. Wilson. But God forbid. God forbid. Let's see if I can find it. Excuse me. I don't know why I kept it. Oh, here we go. So his covenant, his Discord covenant runs to Mr. Wilson and says, Dockan is not a fan. He's a tier. He linked June the Coon's doc on LTG. Why do we call him June the Coon? I don't understand why we call him June the Coon. Like June the Raccoon? I know Wings accidentally called him that once, which is kind of funny, but I don't think the screen cap actually has him linking the doc. But anyway, Mr. Wilson sees that. And he flags him. And just for confirmation, literally the only reason he flagged him was because he linked June the King's documentary about Mr. Wilson. Noah, a long gem, and I thought Noah was going to get banned for asking this. Said the guy making visual novels out of your story said you flagged his videos. If that's true, then you got to elaborate why you did that. Because as far as us average subs can tell, he's not a troll and he's within his rights to make those videos. And Del simply says he linked that fake-ass documentary, that fake documentary. Mind you, I believe LTG Rocks confirmed that that documentary was so real that it almost impelled the end of Mr. Wilson's YouTube career. Yeah, June is Hispanic. Hydro flask? No, it's not a hydro flask. It's just a cup. Just a big cup. Yeah, I love the DSP animations too. They're fantastic. I thought he was Hispanic. I thought he said he was Hispanic. Isn't his name like Juan? I thought his name was Juan. I could be, maybe I'm being racist. Excuse me. But he flags that, and Docon comments on his community post. Docon writes, my esteemed viewers, I have an announcement. A certain individual just threatened to flag my video for stealing his audio. Now, I don't know if most of you are aware, but this is not a troll channel, although precisely. Although I know I have viewers who are on both sides of the fence, meaning some of you are LTG fans and some of you are trolls. You are all welcomed here. God bless. He's like Shape, but only legitimate. Now, here's the thing. If this were a troll channel, quite frankly, I wouldn't give a damn. I would just plow right on ahead, because even if he gets my videos removed, I am 100% sure my videos will be reinstated if I appeal YouTube's decision. True. However, because this is actually a legitimate comedy graphic novel style channel I'm trying to build, having my videos constantly removed will kill my watch time hours even if I get them reinstated. That's true. It does kill the traction that your videos is building. I am an artiste. Drawing takes a lot of time, and I simply do not have the time or patience to play a false flagging game with the dumbass on the internet. I didn't see that insult the first time I read it. That's funny. It was always my intention to eventually move on from LTG and create more comic parodies of other well-known videos, as well as some original ones from the twisted mind of yours truly. God bless. However, there is also you, my esteemed viewers, whom I must consider after all. I know a lot of you came for the salt. And he re-uploaded what Mr. Wilson took down. Mr. Wilson took down this. The black bust ritual.
You're gonna be blindfolded.
And basically what he did, as you could tell from these few seconds, is that he significantly altered Mr. Wilson's voice to be of a much deeper pitch. And it's certainly not as funny with that deeper pitch, I think. It's just, in my personal opinion, I think he should do what he wants to do. If he wants to make a video on a Dale bedtime story, then do that. And when Dale false flags it because he's a child, beat it, and we will support you. I sent him an email offering to write DMCA counterclaims for him if he wants to. Speaking of the egg animations in Panda, how's she looking these days? Cool Asian piece with good pH. I think PandaLee, she looks good. I actually follow PandaLee on Instagram, and she is a normal young adult. And I was actually, I didn't want to share this, but I'd like to offer to PandaLee that, to interview her. Not about DSP or anything, but I just want to talk to her and see how she's doing. Because it's a very unique thing to grow up under the shadow of a big streamer and then become an adult later on. It's a very unique story. Yeah, I think she's a beautiful woman. God bless. Juan the King. Excuse me. Curb your racism. So I see. Did I see the videos from Triple Got It? The animation quality is very good. No, I did not. Yeah, Trevor's right. He is Hispanic. Elaborate, Optimus. Remember when DSP had to point out PandaLee wasn't Asian? Yeah, that's funny. I don't know why people are so obsessed with the idea of... I don't know what she is, but she certainly wasn't Asian, and I think the only people who say that like have never been around Asian people. PandaLee is Darkside Phil's ex. So in addition to flagging Mr. Dakan, He flagged, I guess I don't have it pulled up. He flagged Flute, which was really funny. I don't know if I can find it. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, damn, I hope I didn't. Oh, fuck, I might lose my fuck.
So Flute uploaded a pretty innocuous video, in my opinion.
Fucking elite. I didn't mean to.
That added lowtiergod, right?
Ah.
What's up, Revolver Theory?
And it's a
What's up,
fucking
Reaper?
sameness.
And this is just your standard stream highlight. Edited well. And he added lowtiergod at the end. And what Mr. Wilson had to say about that.
Nigga really trying to use my act to try to get fucking views. Alright, I will take this video down in this traction. Go ahead and save this. Like this video tonight.
He hasn't had 2 wives. PandaLee was only a fiance. But yes, I agree.
These niggas are so desperate for views. These dudes have been making videos about me since like
DSP's a catch though.
2018.
Yeah, she did.
Found prosperity yet?
Remember though, PandaLee
Nah,
was
you
young
don't
and
know.
stupid.
Niggas desperate for views. Like I'm not gonna take that down and stop your traction. Fucking weirdo. Nah, just some dick sucker that's been on my balls for so many years.
The goat.
Think he like started being on my dick in 2019. So it'll be damn near 3 years now.
Yes, Compton. I'm about to pull that up.
Alright, I got your OSTs in order ready.
Yes, I remember that too, Fuzzlord. Crimson King, speaking of, made a animated video of that.
I feel like people are clickbaiting. Never mind. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, he's always
these
had
niggas
gout.
are born to make lowtiergod retractive videos.
Retractive videos.
Alright.
So the gist of that video, for those of you that... Man David, Chronicle Studios. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. We're not banning David. But thank you so much for that. I saw you got your PayPal linked. I'm waiting for you to go live to... Because I heard my boy, Dale Chronicles, recently became a father. So I believe we should all... I believe we should all wish Chronicles... No, not modding you so you can ban David. Congratulations on your fatherhood, Chronicle Studios, truly. It's awesome. But the reason I pulled up Flute over here was because Flute, or the gist of this video, for those of you that couldn't stomach listening to it, was that Mr. Wilson was very angry about Flute adding him. And so he did it again here, which is really funny to me. So adding someone of a greater size than you is anathema to him, right? Like, it's inappropriate by his logic. So great to have you back, Pear. He does look like he has gout. Thank you, Gene Starwood. It is fake, Craig. I type with my mind, actually. This is just to create sounds. How many words per minute can I type? I max out at 150, but usually I'm only around like 120. So Chronicle Studios, next time you go live, oh, you're only 27, God bless. Next time you go live, I'm going to give you a little present for your fatherhood. Thank you, Pear. I appreciate that. So Mr. Wilson is angry at Flute because Flute added him, and so he does it again, which is really funny. But I just want to pull up a counterpoint to, you know, this whole idea that using a bigger content creator's for views is so inappropriate. Adding DJ Academics. Good old DJ Academics with a solid 2.72 million subscribers, huh? Who else are we adding? Adding Maximilian, dude. And siphoning that solid 57K off of it.
I think I was trying to get Kenny down there too.
Yeah, no,
you couldn't make it.
1.53 million subscribers. Who else we got? Playback. We talked about this already, but Playback barely mentioned him. 500,000 subscribers. And then, of course, Trevor and I discussed this. Oh, of course it's gonna pull it. There was once a time in Mr. Wilson's life, just a month ago, where he added 4 larger content creators in one day. One day ago, 20 hours ago, 16 hours ago, 13 minutes ago. At Corian's X Kenshin, at Gideon, at Cuckenant, at Gideon. So Flute is terrible for what he did, but Dale is more than within his rights to do that. Is someone asking about the Discord or something? He said go to the community tabs. You're at a solid 40 words per minute. God bless. Dale is going to talk about the stream. Good. Fuck him. Pardon my language. Good. God bless him. Thank you for the super chat, Chronicle Studios. Aren't they younger than him? They are younger than him. Clout chasing off a gentleman half his age, mind you. Except for Corey Kenshin. I think Corey Kenshin is like 31. So, but Gideon is like 20. Kaisana is like 20. Dale is like 40. You think he's lurking in this stream? Good. Fuck him. Or again, sorry. God bless him. So I just thought that was really hilarious. The sheer hypocrisy of it all, you know. It's fine to add much more massive content creators. Mind you, Flute on that channel had 3,000 subscribers. Mr. Wilson is at like 130,000 subscribers. In other words, Vidal said a difference of 127,000 subscribers, correct? Mr. Wilson to Maximilian Dude, it's a difference of 1.6 million subscribers. Flute is closer to you than you are to Maximilian Dude. How does that logic work? No, he's 38 on November 19th. Yeah, I saw that. Trevor Belmont did that. Hold up. After the inevitable countdown of when he finally fixed his smoke alarm. I think I saw it's pinned in GNT Media. Or GNT Lounge, excuse me. Solid 33 days to go. Thanks again for the super chat, buddy. Did I see that he admitted to being 37 on Twitch? Yeah, that was when he that was in the LTG versus Rob TV video that Slayer made. I think he was trying to say sarcastically, like, yeah, I'm 37 now, right? Which he is. That's kind of how he responds to anything that's true that he doesn't want to admit. He thinks that, like, sarcasm will show he's unflappable about the matter. But, standard fare. Low-hanging fruit, I'm afraid. Chiba Gaming, good to see you, buddy. We got a collab in the future. I just need to get you in a more favorable time zone to me. What I love about Chiba Gaming, who just jumped in the chat. Well, Chiba Gaming JP. If you look at what Chiba Gaming does on his channel, like, it's very much inoffensive, right? What Chiba Gaming does when he talks about death.
Hey man, I don't make the rules. I just do what needs to be done, and I expose you for being as you are.
So when Mr. Wilson went on his massive rant about Slayer, there was a brief moment in it where he said, and I also got some fuckwad living in a communist country talking about me, and then he imitates an Asian accent. He goes, to collab with Laz? Yeah, we got to in the future, don't we? I also need to get you a webcam, Chima Gaming. I want your handsome visage on camera when we stream together, because that will bring in all the lady viewers. You know, you know you're a handsome guy. You can't be just only giving me your voice when we podcast together. Thank you again for the super chat, Chroma. If I wind up in South Carolina, it's going to happen. We're going to throw hands. It's going to be 2 white guys fighting over the honor of 1 black guy, which is Mr. Wilson's dream come true. But anyway, the point is, I brought up Chiba Gaming because it's just so funny to me that Chiba Gaming just kind of exists. He just exists in his circle, and it's the most infuriating thing to look. Dear God, I think he probably pulled it now, but in his community tab, he did have, like, he did reiterate the communist comment. I don't know if I can find it. Goodness, I don't think I'll be able to find it. Oh, man. Oh, there it is, right there. Excuse me. So he doesn't mention his name because he's want to do that as usual. But when I tell you men have been stalking me since 2015 and up, I come with receipts. There's more where that came from. This world is full of money and bots. Go get some. And like, this is just Chiba making counterclaims, unlike Dale Flag in his videos. But that's Chiba being obsessed. It's like Chiba just exists, and it's the worst thing in the world to do. I think there's something about the fact that Chiba being in Japan, being in a foreign country where English isn't the primary language, and he hates him. I think that grates on him. That lets him know that his international audience, like his coterie of haters, is veritably an international audience, and that's really funny. Don't worry, Dale. We share that. I think, for whatever reason, my biggest haters have always been old women in Great Britain, and your Covenant. Yeah, I hate that too, Chiba Gaming. The only people who think all Asians are the same are the people who have never been around them. So dumb. I've certainly gotten sidetracked here, but let's get into the main piece. Since I've lost my train of thought more than enough times. I think it's on Odyssey.
I haven't streamed on Twitch in like.
So Dale's cognitive is getting robusted protrudely. Someone can know that literally everyone hates them and not realize they might just be the problem. No problem, Chiba Gaming. Thank you, Slight Tendencies, for the super chat. I appreciate that immensely. So, I'm not... He said, no, wait, he talked about her on stream, then she blocked him and the trolls. Whom are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about MomoSvay, yes. Someone, I really don't want to talk about MomoSvay, but someone made an account impersonating MomoSvay last month. I saw this shit on Instagram. And it actually kind of drove home to me, like, the things that women have to deal with. Because, like, someone took MomoSvay's, like, non-sexual Instagram posts and made a fake sex account for MomoSvay, which was really fucked up. Like, it kind of drives home, like, you know, the things that women have to deal with that men don't have to if women have a social media, right? I know a lot of people call me a simp for that, but that's, like, just a foreign world to us men in the chat right now. The idea that you're just sitting around making innocuous Instagram posts and someone steals your profile pic, steals all your pictures, and then makes a fake account advertising a sex service that doesn't exist. Some sick people. I don't know if I have it pulled up, ironically, of all the things. I have Steinbein's mirror. But I suppose I can use that to give you context to, we're about to talk about this right now. Yeah, I'm a massive simp, aren't I? Indeed. But since you just asked, what is that name? Tanya Truth? We're literally about to talk about it. So, not yesterday, but the night before, Mr. Wilson's stream got repeatedly pulled for copyright violations. I didn't watch it in real time. I only heard about it after the fact from the Symphony Discord. And that piqued my interest because it was like, I've never seen that happen on YouTube. YouTube has always been more generous than Twitch about like streaming something and reacting to it in real time. So I just wanted to see what that looked like, and like it was something I'd never really seen before. I've never seen this screen before. This stream unavailable, stream suspended for policy violations. That's kind of funny to me. It doesn't generate a copyright strike, but I guess your stream goes down in real time, and after he got the first strike, like even when he wasn't viewing copywritten shit, the stream kept going down afterward. Like it would go down for 5 minutes and be up for 5 minutes, and eventually, yeah, you could see it happen multiple times. Eventually, he's just like, screw this. Thank you, Para. I appreciate that. And eventually, he merely decides to cut the stream entirely. The thing about this, though, that I believe I was the only one who noticed this, and this is why I didn't get any traction, was that he watched the trailer to Megan, and he said something that just blew me away when I saw it. Like, I did an actual double take in real life when he said this shit. And I don't think I'm inherently wrong in that double take, but I want to hear you guys' opinions on whether I've characterized it wrong, whether I fucking am truly just doing him dirty with this clip.
So let me finish this trailer.
Hold on. I included how it began. Like, a lot of people were confused when they watched this, thinking that, like, how it began when he was merely talking about her cartwheeling was wrong. But that's not what I was saying. Everything that I found really reprehensible to say was at the very end. So just watch this clip. The background is that Mr. Wilson is reacting to an upcoming horror movie called Megan, stylized with the 3, amid a night of his stream being repeatedly
Let me finish this trailer.
Megan, turn off. Recalibrating response model.
Joking about what, Astral Code V?
They really got her ass dancing.
I see.
Wow, they got her dancing and cartwheeling.
I won't let anything harm you.
What the fuck?
Ever again.
January? What the fuck? Bullshit like that you could have just brought out immediately. Nah, I don't think it's a comedy. Not with blood and shit.
So Melon in the chat goes, Turbo Top Game, referring to the doll. Must go crazy.
I know, imagine a Turbo Top game. Having a doll like that.
And Dale agrees with it entirely. He goes, imagine a Turbo Top game, having a doll like that. Then he makes a dick sucking noise that he's very good at and I can't replicate because I don't suck dick. And he says, having a doll like that, so he's unquestionably talking about the doll. And when I first watched this, I was just blown away because that doll is clearly a child. That's clearly a human child. Even if that doll were all CGI, that looks just like a 10 to 12-year-old girl. And it's not CGI, it's just this girl on the left, a dancer from New Zealand named Amie Donald. And apparently most of this is actually just makeup. Someone was saying it's just a mask too, so it's just a child with the mask. And he just says straight up, imagine that sucking your dick. For those of you that don't know, Turbo Top Game is his weird ass way to say receiving a blowjob. And the stream gets pulled in real time, again, for the copyright violations.
I know, imagine a Turbo Top game. Having a doll like that.
That's true, rebuttal. And by the time he came back, his chat was all reiterating, like, yeah, I really want to get oral sex from that thing. But Low Tier Rebuttal says he's lucky his stream cut off at that moment because he was about to make it a lot worse for himself. I agree completely. That was massive luck. And I don't know. Some Covenant say that I went too far, right? Some Covenant claim that I took him out of context, but that literally all the context is in this video. No, it did save him. He was gonna go hard about like how much he wanted from that doll, and I uploaded. I mirrored that to my alt channel. He already copyright struck it because he hated it. And this is what the Covenant had to say on the matter. You already saw this guy. You saw this guy earlier in the Sheck Skype video. I'm not even gonna say this comment out loud. For all of you people reading or just listening, I'm sorry, I'm not saying this comment out loud. But Gamil the Hero, or is it Jamil the Hero? I don't know. And this is a actual Dale supporter who goes to every Dale video, including mine, and tells people to commit the soup for opposing Dale. Writes this nonsense. Sup, Immo? And I'm looking at the poll right now. I'm seeing that, to my question, did Dale lust for a 12-year-old Amie Donald? Yes has 83%, no has a solid 5%, and yes, but it's okay that he did has 1%. And I'm pretty sure Gamil the Hero is that 1%. Yes, you flagged the video on the Dusk channel for copyright. And this is your standard covenant. Like, this is your actual covenant. I didn't want to talk about this now because I'm not going to talk about it until I'm not going to talk about it in depth until we get a whole ass fucking video about it. Let me show you guys something. I'm really overplaying my hand here, but now I'm a little emotionally riled up because pedophilia is something of a trigger for me. See this comment by this guy who changed his name to Neko? Who wrote, "Good, leave Isabella alone, you sad, desperate, lonely gnome." He was also on Brittany Gates' video. His email shows what his real name is, Michael Dewano Daniel. He was also on Brittany Gates' video talking about how much he hates black women. And, like, I just Googled who the fuck is this guy that's, you know, commenting on all my shit and, you know, he's posted like 20 comments to my main channel. And you guys aren't going to believe what I saw of him. This is another Covenant member. I'm gonna censor this after the fact. But this is a Covenant member. This is another Covenant member defending this shit. Michael Dewano Daniels. He comments on my shit all fucking day. I might have to pull this all out of the stream after the fact, but this is him in an Instagram chat. And this is courtesy of anti.pedo.coalition, and they gave me permission to use this in a video. So Covenant member tells her he's 18. She replies, "I'm only 13. He asks, "Is it okay if I see your tits?" Yeah, he's in Chicago. This guy's probably watching me right now. This guy's probably fucking watching me right now. And this is an actual Covenant supporter. Again, we're probably going to censor this all out of the stream after the fact. At least his face. Because he's going to report it for a privacy violation. But this gentleman is incredibly odd. He has an Instagram where he LARPs as a god all the time. Yeah, we're going to put it on Kiwi Farms. I got most of this saved. And it's like, the older shit is fucking gold, where he just like, he's like, "For the last time I bleed myself dry tonight, we are all alone." And if you go to the old shit where like the pedo revelations were super new, you could see like, he's arguing 178 comments. Someone's writing "cum guzzler" all over the shit. And mind you, this is the Covenant. This is the Covenant. This is the actual Covenant. This is not me making shit up. This is not me sitting around. I just walked into this the same way all of you guys did. I don't have as much of it capped as I thought I did, but I might have sent it to Trevor. Hold on. So that whole asking a 13-year-old girl to see her boobies, that wasn't the worst of it. That was not the worst of it. Wait until you guys see what I'm about to show you guys. Because this shit legitimately blew me away. Again, this is the same Covenant member. This is definitely going to have to be censored because this is the most disgusting fucking thing I have ever seen in my fucking life. The context of this, and look away if you have a short stomach, but this is on Instagram, so it's technically safe for work, but it's really not safe for work, and I'm definitely going to censor it afterward. This Covenant member, one of the big allegations against him that he admits to, and he admits to in his comments, kissed when he was 18 his 13-year-old cousin, bragged about making out with her. And before he did that, when she was still 12, he ejaculated onto her stuffed rabbit. And he posted it to his fucking Google Plus profile. This is a fucking Covenant member who actually posted himself proudly ejaculating onto the stuffed animal of his 12-year-old fucking sister. This is Dale's fucking fan base. These are the people who leave you a million comments calling you a fucking weirdo. I agree with them. Yeah, I'm not fucking kidding. This is a fucking Covenant member. And there are so many of these people that are just so fucking mentally ill that for whatever fucking reason are attracted to the same fucking weirdo in Dale Emmanuel Wilson. And we need to ask ourselves why. Like, as much as I just want to laugh at this guy and poke fun at this guy because he's another weirdo on the internet, we need to ask ourselves, why is it that this one guy who makes sus fucking comments about wanting to get oral sex from a 12-year-old actress is constantly attracting people like this who are actual proud fucking pedophiles? And at best, they're people like Zelda Sage Moses, who I don't even want to mention because I don't want to tarnish his name by bringing him up right now. But ZSM, who's like a good Covenant member, who's still deeply mentally ill, living in roaches and living in shit. Why is it that nearly 100% of the Covenant is significantly mentally ill and an actual fucking detriment to society? Here's the thing, W.N. Smith. He was searched by the police. These guys, this is about a year or two ago. This is a whole fucking archive page called God Mitsuru Archives. Again, this guy's God Mitsuru. Actual fucking Dell fan, actual Covenant fan. Posted all sorts of shit on my comments. Posted on Brittany's comments. That was the first time I actually noticed him. Calling her out for being a black female. One of those typical black guys who hates black women. And I just Googled his fucking name. And I see, if I saw this guy in real life, I'm not even going to say it. So, to answer your question, they contacted this dude's fucking family. And this is something that happens in, like, the urban black community a lot. I know because I fucking grew up in one. And they just said straight up that they don't care, we stick together. They said, nah, he doesn't have an Instagram. They said, Nah, the girls he were talking to, they were just like 17 and he was 18. Both of which are completely untrue. We know that's his fucking Instagram because he posts screen caps of himself, of his own SAT score. No, Mitsuri fan. His troll fan base is even worse than him. Remember what I said about like 5 fucking streams ago when I used to say stupid shit in Dale's chat back in like 2015 when I was a kid. Whenever anyone would ask me like, why do you dislike lowtiergod? I would always say the easiest way to answer that is 2 words, Ray Lazarus. But now the 2 words are his fans. Back then Ray Lazarus was his only fan, and I can't believe it, but those were the good old days. Like, Ray Lazarus shouldn't even be associated with people like this. I don't know. One of you needs to fucking explain it to me, honestly. Because I legitimately believe that this person... Hello, dear Kirby, there's too much rage to catch you up on, I'm sorry. I legitimately believe that Mr. Wilson has the most deplorable fan base on YouTube. And that is a very high bar to clear. I mean, there's a lot more that I wish I had fucking saved. I think I did have it saved, but then I lost my fucking... Like, I had to roll back my computer. But... And this guy's fucking Instagram comments... He straight up admits to it. He straight up admits to making out with his 12-year-old sister. He straight up admits that... God, I'm not going to be able to find it. Here he is denying it, but he oscillates between denying it and admitting it. And he's always doing this role-playing shit with like having little girls call him daddy. It's sick fucking shit, dude. This guy asked Michael Daniel, what's it like being 18 and dating a 14-year-old? Yeah, he also admitted that he jerks off to his 13-year-old cousin straight up. Like, it's sick fucking shit, man. It's sick fucking shit. And he has this weird-ass God complex where he, like, wants people to DM him in a subservient manner, talking about, I want you to use me in any way you please. I can't help but think this when I read any of your posts and stories. The power you hold is so immense and terrifying. I wish it could be used on me, but the wishes of a dirty human being like me doesn't matter to a god like you. And it's like... His fetish is like, despite being an incompetent, worthless person, his fetish is like fucking finding people that are in an even worse position than him in life and having them be subservient to him. Shit, Dabs TV, God bless. You said Ray threatened your family and had the police come to your pad over a wellness check. Ray needs to see you in person after that threat period. Yeah, I agree. He does need to see you in person. There's actual beef that needs to be settled between you two. I don't think he wants that, though. Damn, I don't think I'm going to be able to find the good ones. I'm kicking myself. Like, I wasn't intending to bring this up. The only reason I brought this up is because we were talking about like pedophilia and the Covenant. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to hold up. I'm going to pin what I just shared with you guys. Or at least the main video. There's nothing wrong with pinning an Instagram post, right? If it's allowable on Instagram, it's allowable on a YouTube chat. Yeah, oh, great point. You brought up Heroes. Great point. Unfortunately, Heroes clears his tracks a lot more than this Mitsuru idiot does. But yeah, Heroes is a straight up pedo too. I don't even try to hate on Andre Alexander that much because I know he's a suicidal weirdo. But the thing with Heroes, Andre Alexander, is like he's a proud lolicon, a proud pedo. He also likes fat women, and like his fetish is like turning 13-year-old girls as obese as possible. It's sick shit. Dabs says you thought he wasn't that mental and well until he had to. I appreciate you, Dabs. I saw your comment on my last video, too, and I appreciated it a lot. I even had it ready, where my man Gucci said he appreciates the shit that we're doing, and he says that I'm not a troll, and I appreciate that a lot. I don't want to be boxed into just a random ass troll, so thank you. It means a lot coming from you, buddy. Heroes is still running Smash Discords right now. Believe it or not, one of my real life friends whom I'm now disassociated from, who used to be on this channel, is a close online friend to Heroes. It's a small fucking world. There are a lot of pedos in Dale's community. That's a fucking point. That's why, like I just pulled up, I might have closed it already. That's why the Covenant says shit like this. Dale talks about getting oral sex from a 12-year-old actress. And you got Covenant members like this, literally defending him by saying, she's ready. At 12, she's ready. And people dogpiled him in his comments for a year, and he just kept on trucking through it. Wow, look at what nobody fucking... It's funny. This guy would actually be like funny to laugh at if he weren't a sick fuck that needs to be put down. It's bad marketing. Yeah, they said straight up at 12 she's ready. Yeah, great point, Kirby. Oh god, 454 comments, that's insane. 176, Jesus. Oh, here's one of the instances where he defends it. So he's talking about the 12-year-old sister of his that he kissed. This guy goes, imagine being a rapist with a fucking god complex and posting shit in red italic font as well as fucking Korikyo Shinguji fan art. Grow up, Michael. And if you don't know how to fuck off, just kill yourself. And Michael responds, rapist. Name one person I raped. And he further adds, I'm 100% sure rape is sexual assault and I didn't do anything fucking sexual to her, but keep believing every lie you're told about me, you brainless fucking irrelevant sheep. Explain to me how somebody choosing to kiss me, talking about the 12-year-old, makes me a fucking rapist. And this is how the Covenant actually thinks. For those of you that don't understand, a 12-year-old by definition cannot consent. So it's statutory rape. And no, stuffed animals do not count. Well said. How do I find these guys? Through the power of Google. They comment on my shit, I Google their name, and their sordid history comes up immediately, Low Tier Kirby. What's up, Pim Pam? Why does Dale's channel still exist? Asked Dimo. You know why his channel still exists, Dimo? I'll tell you why. Because sick fucks like this support him. Yes, it is true that he dated Elena before she was 18, which is illegal in California. Well, I'm just gonna get angrier if I keep talking about this guy. Straight up. I don't think that one has any good shit. So apparently at one point he did private his shit and he did pull his Instagram, but he came right back. He's gonna try to fight someone if they call him Dale. God bless him. Fucking weirdo. So just be careful because that weirdo mod of Dell's cried wolf when someone made a comment about a car saying we trolls dox him. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care what Dell says about being doxed. He's a public figure. He doxed himself a million times on his channel. He's too stupid to realize that. Let me point out something to you, Lieutenant. It's a great point. You can't find fans like this in Wings of Redemption's fan base. You can't find fans like this. There's that one Asian guy in DSP's fan base, but he's not a pedophile. He's just like always trying to fuck hookers and whatnot. But you can't find actual sick fucks that need to be in jail and far away from anyone else. Like you can in Dale's fan base. His trademark reveals his own address. Exactly. His address is public fucking knowledge. He puts it out there more than anyone else. Yeah, he has doxed me, Maximum DJ. You want to talk about that real quick? I'm just going to pull it up real quick because people are talking about how I'm always... I saw this shit, and I'm not even going to comment on this shit. It was just some TTS bullshit. It may be Ray Lazarus, maybe someone who loves Ray Lazarus' dick. I don't know and I don't care. Either way, it's Cuckenant. And they're saying face reveal exposed. Like I don't post my own fucking face in every single stream. This is just like the closest shot that there is of me, I guess. And they put my name, they put my job. In other videos, they put like my fucking address and shit. And it's like, okay, do it. Fucking do it. And make sure to call my job. Call the cops on me. Tell them that I'm talking. Tell them that I'm being mean to your weird internet daddy. See how far that goes. Hold on, what was that comment? Someone said, when you gonna be my corner man for your up and coming bout on Daz? Yeah. Yo, you know what's funny about the Miku cup? I accidentally broke it. That was the only time I ever drank from it, and I accidentally dropped it in the sink and broke it. I need to super glue it. You know what, Aaron Pride? I'm not worried about losing. It would suck to lose my job, sure. But the thing about losing my job is that I've invested a lot, I've saved a lot. I'll be fine. And mind you, when I was a kid, I was homeless. Okay, there is no depth of despair and poverty that anyone can return me to by canceling me. And I've been canceled worse with the shit with my sister, so I don't give a fuck. I really don't, especially about a fucking gaggle of actual pedophiles and actual losers and actual fucking insane fucking weirdos. That look up to Dale Emmanuel Wilson. No, I appreciate you, Aaron. I do. Thank you, Dabs. I appreciate that, Gucci. I might fix it with super glue and just like put it in a trophy case or some shit. And I don't think that's even the only one. I think some other fucking... Yeah, like this same fucking weirdo made another TTS. I think this is actually old and he re-uploaded it after it got flagged. Yeah, that's a different story though, Aaron Pride. Like just some TTS stupidity. And like, I'm not gonna respond in depth to every fucking person who makes a video about me. But like I said, I'm used to it. I'm just pulling this up to show you I'm fucking used to it. You buying this stuff, okay. About to time you out, Kirby. That's funny though. So all this to say is, I need to ask you guys straight up. Did I go too far in this video? And tell me if I did. I know most of us mutually hate Dell, but anyone is welcome to share their opinion. I'm not going to ban you. I'm not going to time you. I know Cuckenant are watching right now. Did I go too far when I characterized lowtiergod talking about the turbo top of this girl as pedophilia? Did I? And if I went too far, why did Dale have to copyright strike it instead of flagging it for bullying? If it were bullying, it would have been able to be flagged on that nature. But the truth is an absolute defense for defamation. That's why you're allowed to call EDP a pedophile, because he did pedophile shit. You said I didn't go far enough. Thank you, YH. He did say it. Thank you, T-Dos. Appreciate that, David. Aaron says, no, if anything, he needs to be called out every single day. I agree. Paradigm says they were his words. Ultimately destroyed and exposed. Rage quits. I don't care if he rage quits. How'd you go too far when Dale said, well said, Clopper Pet. But that's what these assholes were saying in my comments. I think in addition to Gamil the Hero, who said that, you know, the child was ready. Oh, goodness. I need to show you what the Covenant had to say about it. In the actual Discord. I saw this on my account I have in there. Some guy called Gohan posted it. And they say, we gotta report this shit for bullying, which doesn't work. That's why Dell had to copyright strike it. And this gentleman named Nate says this nigga Sallow is a cornball. I would actually smack that nigga's bald ass. Said, you know what's funny? Somehow I am not worried about what a guy on Discord with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as his profile pic says about smacking me. Somehow I'm not worried. And Dale responds, that vid's gone next. See how these lames slander me with fake ass titles. Yeah, exactly, Philip Lee. And the thing is, the girl looks like a fucking child even with the doll mask on. It's clearly evocative of that, like, in Japan they call that, especially her attire and the doll shit, like the Lolita image. It's clearly meant to be a little girl. T-Wee says, of course you didn't, for pointing him out about a child actor, no corporation would see that, it's taken out of context. Agreed. There you go. Swiss, as a public person, you have the right to criticize me. You did nothing wrong. Thank you. That is violating Discord TOS, talking about, I want to beat the shit out of someone. God bless him. I wish you would, Nate. I really wish you would. It's called Nate trying to be tough. I'm more intimidated by someone with an Ape Escape profile picture than I am by someone with a... Trevor just DM'd me some shit. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for this, Trevor. Thank you for the airdropped gold. So here's the same guy that's talking about he wants to beat the shit out of me. And now I actually feel sad for him. Mr. Nate also says he's sick. His parents are sick. He feels like everyone around him is fake. Most days he's fighting tears. The only good thing about him is he's about to graduate high school. God bless him. That was May of last year. Okay, so we got a 17-year-old or 18-year-old talking about they want to beat the shit out of me. God bless you. Pretty much homebound because of your illness. People who try to talk on Discord always hate you. You can't go to Discord for that, man. Hated for pretty much no reason. School isn't any better. Spend most days just bored and hurting. People mistreat you and disrespect you. I'm sorry to hear. People always abuse their power against you in terms, and when you did it, you were banned from Matrix. So this comes up because he's banned from Matrix Realm with fucking Shape and all those other weirdos? People just mistreat you and they ignore you too. That's why you're unhappy. You're misunderstood heavily as well. I felt a tinge of sympathy for you at first, but then I see you're banned from Matrix Realm and that's why you go on this self-loathing rant? Dude, you need to get off the internet, Nate. You need to stop worrying about smacking my bald ass head and you need to just take care of yourself, buddy. I honestly feel bad for you. Like, this Discord shit should not mean the most to you. They will just make their pain worse and force them to pay money. Just sad to see. Yeah, or make them write a fucking essay. This is the guy, Aaron Pride, who was just talking about he wants to beat the shit out of me. For the video I made. Mo DM me too. He says, send you that shit, bro. I will. Demo. Grass is much needed. And you know what this also is? Another example of why his covenant is just so fucking sick. Because this is a decent guy for what we just saw in terms of the sheer pedophilia from Heroes, from Michael Dowen O'Daniel. This is actually a decent guy in comparison. Still wouldn't trust a daughter around him. Shit. He had you and he lost you. Oh yeah, you were talking about Big Nasty sends pictures of his girl. He takes secret pictures of his girl, naked, in states of undress, to send to Dale, just to earn favor with Dale. In the words of Dana White, that's fucking illegal. Juxtapose those two things. I would actually smack that nigga's bald ass head versus I want to end my life because I was banned from a Discord where people argue about lowtiergod. Yeah, I agree, Pear. Yeah, he's a creep, but at least he's not ejaculating on his 12-year-old's fucking stuffed animal. Take care, Kirby. What'd you send me on Twitter? I'll check right now. You know, this really isn't much of a podcast anymore, is it? I'm gonna have to edit this so much for it to not get pulled after the fact. Dale's planning on flagging your vid. Who gives a fuck? Fuck him. We'll help you. You didn't have to DM me for that, buddy. If your vids get copyright stricken by Dell, I'll help you write the DMCA myself. Whatever happened to Foxy? I think he's getting back surgery or some shit right now. At least that's what he told Dale Chronicles. Yeah, I'll have that taped to my shirt, Mr. Liston Cave, when he comes up to me and starts trying to throw hands with me because I talked about his father on the internet. She would tell him to go get a job and he would forget his unhappiness. I don't know, guys. I might have to cool off. And you know what the other magical thing about the Covenant is? pulled this up when this guy posted 13 comments on my YouTube channel in one day. You remember Buffius. I already highlighted him on stream. But of course, he's a roid user, right? I mean, I know I've already talked about it, but this is another Covenant member. And it's like, even the best of you Cuckenant who are defending Daddy so ardently are doing some sort of shit that you should really be keeping in the closet. Whether it's ejaculating on your 12-year-old sister's fucking stuffed animal, or whether you're fucking shoving synthetic hormones up your fucking ass 4 times a week just so that you can better allay your body dysmorphia. Because you didn't fucking realize that you're idolizing someone who's on oral test right fucking now, who's on steroids, who has a body that is largely unattainable. His legs are perfectly attainable, but his arms are unattainable without the aid of oral test. And so you're there shoving Anavar up your fucking ass. This is a Cuckenant member who is shoving Anavar, which is supposed to be for women. As far as I understand, Anavar is primarily a steroid for women. Basically, if you ever hear the term Barbie, it means a female bodybuilder, like a portmanteau of Anavar and Barbie. A female bodybuilder who does Anavar. Because the thing about Anavar, as far as I understand, don't take this at face value, I'm not a doctor, but Anavar is basically a steroid that women, due to the cyclical nature of their body and the cyclical hormone regulation of their body, they can take without experiencing any negative side effects. Imo and other people in the chat might know better about it than I do, but like, this dude posting so many comments about how fucking ugly I am and how jealous I am of Dale's looks has to shove synthetic hormone up his fucking ass 4 times a week so he can feel better about how he looks. That's the fucking Covenant at its best. At its worst, it's actual fucking pedophiles who rape children. That's the fucking Covenant. And that is what Mr. Dale Emmanuel Wilson has fostered. And he couldn't give a fuck less because they pay him money, and that's all that matters to him, baby. Let me tell you something. If I ever found out that any of you motherfuckers were fucking even fantasizing about your 12-year-old sister, I would never talk to you again. I'd ban you outright. You said bodybuilder dudes use Anavar too? Shout out to Dale's father, James Wilson, and his swag used to do. Well, because he just does oral tests and crow monkeys all day, man. Have you ever watched the motherfucker? I'm sorry, I'm being so rude now. But have you ever watched the guy's 10K subscriber thank you note video? Have you ever watched this bullshit and looked at what exercise he's doing? I want you to count the exercise he's doing.
A longing, a yearning, something.
So we got bicep curls with a barbell, easy curl barbell. Then we have preacher curls with an easy curl barbell. Then we have alternating single dumbbell bicep curls. And then we have non-alternating dumbbell curls. And what was that, hammer curls? This guy is an actual curl monkey, and that only works when you're on steroids, dude. When you're fucking taking oral tests. Because if you're just curling every day at the gym, your body isn't going to be able to recover your muscles and permit them to grow. But when you're on oral tests, they're basically like in overdrive, recovering all the fucking time. And you can, if you ever see people doing 2-a-day workouts, like bodybuilding twice a day, they're on steroids. That shit doesn't work.
Kept alive by you.
But he finally does a little tricep pull down. Does a little triceps, and then he does, well, this is actually my favorite part. Monkey bars across, and look at the pull-ups. Look at how small that range of motion is on the pull-ups. Let me tell you something. As someone who's been in the military, and I know I shouldn't even say that, those pull-ups would not count for fucking shit. Those pull-ups are not pull-ups. Those are what you call pussy pull-ups. You do those pull-ups in the military, you get mocked, you get called a bitch, you get called a pussy. And you fail your PT test because they don't count. So of all the exercises in this 10K subscriber thank you note, I just found it funny, and people really don't talk about it. You had 5 different forms of curling, 1 tricep pull down on the cable machine, and 1 set of half-rep pull-ups. That epitomizes his workout routine. But he's able to do it because he's on steroids. God bless him. I wasn't expecting to get so emotionally invested in hating on him tonight. I apologize to you guys. Works out 5 days a week on Subcommon. I believe it. V-trigger to pull up. CrossFit pull-ups. I shouldn't talk about it. Currency. Said you see a severe lack of running. Hey, I don't run either. I do other forms of cardio. When you got flat feet, you don't fucking run. Yeah, no leg exercises. But you know what, boys? I'm going to promise you this. I know a lot of people have asked, like, the most requested video on this channel is, like, to talk about the shit with my sister. But I think if we hit 10K, I'm just going to parody that video. If we ever do. Not that I give a fuck if we do, but if we ever do, I'm just going to fucking steal his video. Appreciate you, Emma. Oh, and you know what the other funny thing is, dude, about this week from Mr. Wilson? I was actually going to give him props this week. Where your real test of strength of pull-ups is from. I was actually going to give him props this week because I thought his one chip challenge. I thought this was a great way to pander to his audience, right? Of building his audience. Like, he got 2,000 subscribers off this video. I was actually, if I talked about him at all this week until I saw what he said 2 days ago, I was gonna just gonna barely mention him in the podcast and say that, like, you know, I thought he did a good job on his one chip challenge. God bless him, and I think that's the type of content that he needs to lean into. You know, making a clown out of himself, but he'll never do it because he's so egotistical. But instead, he had to lust for a 12-year-old and change the whole game. You said fake chip? No, I think it was a real chip. No, I'm not doing the one chimp challenge. The one chimp challenge, maybe. Yeah, I will, Philip Leak. That's gonna be the idea. I think I need to get back into MMA. I stopped it a few months ago, but we'll maybe have some highlights of that too. Me getting my ass choked out by literal professional MMA athletes in that video. I don't even know what this is.
How about I give you a pro tip? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flop my BBC out on the table. When your mom fucking invites me over for dinner, you're gonna see a big piece of beef on the motherfucking table. It's gonna go like a slime noise because it's just covered. I'm gonna be like, now suck it in front of your son. She's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I just can't help it. It's so flavorful. That's gonna be the pro tip that I give her when I give her this flavored BBC of seasoning salts. Dumbass nigga. I'm on a pro tip, nigga. You're a fucking nobody.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that clip was when someone clipped it. Like, they're trying to fucking do a collab or some shit together. Oh, I'm not watching a 5-minute fucking video. WNW Smith, tell us about your system, why she cancels evil. First of all, thank you so much for the super chat. But second, I think that's really, that topic has been talked about to death, actually. Just Google Rose Christo if you want to learn about that. So I want to give you some gaming tips. All them weirdos fantasizing about here. They said they were going to, but then nothing ever came of it. Appreciate that, Dabs. Alright, since you guys keep asking about my type speed, I'll show you real quick. I'll probably fuck up since... I think I've done this on stream for you guys back before we started the Level 1 podcast, actually. 131. That's for you TTW0X who just asked. If you can't see it. I didn't fuck up Wicked 1. I was perfect. 131 words per minute. What? Why are you saying what the fuck? What was that, keyboard? I'm still on level 1 too. You said you need that? What are you, TT, are you getting infatuated with my typing speed or something? I appreciate you. Big ups, Richard. Not Professor and Keyboard Warrior 101. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I remember Type Racer back in like 2016. How do I type so fast? Honestly, it's just I spend a lot of time typing. I also think that I definitely have a natural acuity to pick things up. If I get dedicated to doing something, which I'm not dedicated to typing, but I've done it a lot, like I'll get really good at it. The thing about me is that when I pick up a new hobby, I'm typically shit at it at first, worse than everyone else. But the more I stay with something, my floor is very low. I start off at a very low floor, but my ceiling tends to be extremely high. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that. If I get owned by Jesse Lee Peterson in a debate, you gotta retire from debating. Didn't I show you guys that Jesse Lee Peterson interviewed fucking... Well, actually, did I already talk about my man Gucci? I pulled up his comment, but go subscribe to Gucci if you haven't. But Destiny was actually on Jesse Lee Peterson, which was pretty... It was a really weird interview. And Destiny just has this face the entire time. He has the face of a man who just had to listen to his low IQ, insipid, unfaithful girlfriend have sex with another man the entire time, as Jesse Lee Peterson is like asking them random fucking questions like, Destiny, do you let your wife have female friends? It's like, of course he does. He's as far left as it gets without being an actual communist. In some ways, he is an actual communist. But he just has the look of like, I watched another man nut on my girl's face the entire fucking time. What, he made a new community post? Hide my own footage from you, right? My layouts. I don't know what the moron's talking about. If he's talking to me, I couldn't care less. He might be talking about like Flute and Cornstar. I know Cornstar got under his skin like really badly a couple of weeks ago. Am I going to counterclaim to get... We already have. Both are awaiting review from YouTube. Your counter notification is awaiting review by YouTube. If accepted, it will be forwarded by the copyright owner who removed your video. And it will be accepted. So what the idiot basically tried to flag every video I had about him on that channel, including but I knew he was going to do that, so I privated everything first, except for the Britney Gates video, just to see if he would flag that, and he did, predictably. But I don't know, boys. I think I got a little too riled up today. Let's laugh at this together and then call it a day. This just happened 2 days ago.
Everything I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys who are 30. Okay. What? No serious.
Since we're talking about 12-year-old girls so much today. Do you see what's happening right there? The Secret Service agent realized... So, my president makes a very interesting comment after grabbing the shoulders of a 12-year-old girl. He says, no serious guys until you're 30, and she gets really creeped out by it. And then the Secret Service agent behind the guy recording gets really uptight and asks him to stop recording. Yeah, it was really funny. And I think I'm going to end with that because we got too emotional. I'm not even going to call this the Level 1 podcast. Like, I'm probably going to, like, censor the fuck out of this bullshit. And, maybe do episode 10 next week or something. I don't know. But this was a hell of a stream. I, apologize for getting so emotionally invested in it, but I'll see you guys next week or something. And don't worry, we're going to do a full video on the guy I showed you in this stream. He's gonna get a full fucking video. The Covenant itself is going to get a full video because they need it. Literally the sickest community on the fucking internet, and they need an actual deep dive video on them. Dabs, you said don't let these Covenant motherfuckers get to you. Good vibes. You always have very good positive vibes. I appreciate you. You're right. You're 100% right, Debs. You guys take care. Thanks, T-Dubs. See you, Neds.